Hello everyone, today we're going to be playing a work of art. Let's get right into it.
Gathered in the twisty tavern just on the edge of town, two dubious ruffians speak in hushed tones of underhanded ventures and ill-begotten gains. Upon scanning their surroundings, the tavern appears eerily desolate, though the sound of music echoes melodiously from an antique to time-worn stage. What did you just say to me? Whoa, Ronnie. Do you see that chest at that bard? And that voice. It's kind of haunting, but in a hot way, you know? Totally. Ronnie? Ronnie? You dumb or something? Huh? No. It's just... I don't know, man. Are you sure about this? I'm not sure about what. I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you sure you should be discussing business in public like this? It feels a little unsafe, Arthur. Unsafe? What do you want about? Well, like, shouldn't we meet somewhere more private? Look around, Dingus. You see anyone in here? What about the barmaid? Or that bar chick? I think I saw someone drink at the bar when we walked in, too. They're halfway across the tavern, Ronnie. And that bard's belting her pretty little face off and strumming that creepy yet mildly arousing tune. Sorry, what? Really think anyone's gonna hear us? Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. You've always been such a worrywart. You know your old pal Arthur ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. Yeah, but that's what you said about the Holton job, and look how that one turned out. Alright, answer me this, Ronnie. Did you die? Huh? Did you? Someone did? Okay. But did you? Well, no, but... Then shut your lips, fathead. Have some faith in my guidance for once, will ya? Yeah, God, fine. But I don't want anyone to be done for this time, Arthur. If you follow my lead and do exactly as I say, no one will have to, Ronnie. Understood? I guess. Attaboy. So what's the plan then? You got a new job for us? What is with the tongue? I got a couple things floating around. In due time, my friends. I don't really have time to sit around and wait, Arthur. If you don't score something big and soon, boss man said he'd smash my... What? Yikes, boss. Don't mess around, Ronnie. Not gonna lie, that's pretty messed up, Ronnie. What is happening? He'll do it too. I know he'll do it, Arthur. He'll have a job for us or not. Let me see what I can do. I think I might have something. Here, I'll cover our tab and head on out. Don't worry, Ronnie. Everything's gonna be alright, got it? If you say so. If you find anything, Arthur, please. You'll be the first to know, buddy. Promise. Just chill out, relax, and I'll see you in a bit, alright? Maybe you should go hit up that pretty bar to get out of your head for a while, and it'll do you some good. Alright, well, maybe you're right. I'll probably head on out here soon, though. I'll see you around, man. Arthur swings around in his seat with the drink still in hand before guzzling the remaining dregs of his ale in a hurry. Arthur sets his empty mug down atop the table with a nervous laugh aimed at Ronnie's direction, begins to take his leave with curious haste. Well, I suppose I should probably get going too. The bard is kind of on my mind though, and I've got just enough ale in me to think I've got a chance. Maybe I should stick around a little longer. What in the world am I playing? Come on, Ronnie, don't chicken out. I gotta talk to that bar girl. Who knows? She might actually like me. Oh, sorry. Is this her? Well, hello there, beautiful. I guess it is. I'm Ronnie. It's a lovely girl like you do in an empty place like this. You know, with your talent, you could easily sell out the Bard Rock Cafe. That tavern is twice as big as this place, and it's always packed. Upon approaching the woman, Ronnie notices that her eyes are shut as she sings. The bard always flows back and forth with the melody echoing off the tavern walls as she gently strums her instrument. She's ignoring him. Entirely fixated on her performance, she pays no attention to Ronnie's presence. That's definitely what it is. She's fixated on the performance. Well, that's about how I expected that to go. I've got more important places to be anyway. Who knows? Maybe there's something up at that bar who'll be interested. Oh, someone, sorry. I just gotta find someone with a few drinks and I'm already, that's all. Definitely. Okay, so where am I? Hello? In the darkest corner of the tavern sits a sobbing woman draped in holy attire. Oh, I'm gonna be with a nun. Tears run rampant down her cheeks and cries of anguish bellow from below within. What am I trying to say? Empty ale bottles pile around her as she takes a deep sip from her mug with a strained sigh. She buries her face in her hands and weeps. What am I doing? Whoa, I wasn't expecting all that. Don't think I'll have ever seen a drunk nun before. What's the matter, lady? What you crying for? Can't forgive yourself for the latest sin? Or did the priest choose one of your better-looking sisters over you for Sunday fun day? God, I hate myself. The cloaked woman begins to raise her head from her hands and slowly turns to gaze at Ronnie. Her glazed eyes locked with his. They shared awkward silence for a brief moment before the woman begins to speak in a low-toned, gravelly voice. You ask me why I weep, child? The distraught, inebriated woman pauses for a moment, eyes still locked with Ronnie's as though she's peering directly into his soul. I weep for you. What? Huh? What? You don't even know me, lady. I weep for you, Ronnie. I weep for you. After a short and abrupt eruption of anger, the woman once again began sobbing uncontrollably into her hands, sobbing only long enough to intermittently choke down the occasional swig of ale. Ronnie stands stiff and silent, in a state of befuddlement upon hearing the woman's ominous words. Sorry, what? Whoa, maybe you do know me, but I sure don't know you. Sister, you've given me the creeps. I'm out of here. Bye. Guess I'm not gonna hook up with a maid or nun tonight. Maybe the barista? Hey girl! Gar! It looks like the barmaid is back. This is the barmaid? Time to work my magic. Oh yeah, I got some game. You wanna hook up, girl? Ronnie eagerly approaches the barmaid, full of confidence and poise. I've never seen you around here before, miss. You must be new here, 'cause I'm certain I'd remember a face as pretty as yours. The barmaid blushes at Ronnie's forwardness, cackling a small but visible smile. Okay. That's very sweet of you to say. I actually just started here last week. I thought so. I wanted to ask you something. It'd be real awkward if she was just like, actually, I've like worked here for many years. The barmaid pauses for a brief moment, a sudden realization as though she's just urgently remembered something of significant importance. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be Ronnie, would you? Well, that depends on who's asking, I suppose. Why does she know me? Some guy came in here earlier and dropped something off for you. It's got your name on it. The barmaid presents a crimson smudged envelope to Ronnie and passes it over the counter. Ronnie eyes the envelope cautiously before tentatively accepting it. Ronnie opens the envelope to reveal a handwritten letter addressed to him. Sorry, does my mail just like come to the bar? Ronnie begins to nervously read from a mysterious, strange, stained parchment. Dear Ronnie, I know times have been tough and I'd like to present you with an offer. A man of your talents would be perfectly suited for a job like this. What do I do for a living, by the way? Do I just like hit on girls? There rests an old farmhouse atop a small hill in Milton Lane. I trust you know the area well. Milton Lane? I think that's where my last job was. Old man who resigns in the farmhouse is currently away visiting family down south. However, he's expected to return Thursday morning, so time is of the essence. I believe you'll find quite the fortune ripe for the taking, hidden around the house. Whatever you find, it's yours to keep. Thank you. I was gonna steal it anyway. Thursday? That's tomorrow! I don't have a whole lot of time! You're actually gonna go? Use what you find to get back on your feet. I ask nothing in return, only that you follow through with this opportunity to make the most of it. Signed, Arthur. Wait, isn't that the guy who was just here? I knew Arthur would pull through for me. Oh, he was the guy here. This does seem a little strange, though. Why didn't Arthur just hand this to me earlier? He didn't even mention it, either. Wait, Arthur must have known it was too risky to talk about in person after all. Yes, that's definitely it. He must have set this whole thing up to hand this letter off to me for a new job. Arthur, you sly dog. I guess I really should trust in his guidance after all. Old man's supposed to return tomorrow morning, so it gives me a few hours to get in and get out. The barmaid smiles warmly at Ronley with a glint in her eye before speaking with slight hesitance in her voice. Oh, my name's Sophia, by the way. I really like your vest. Oh, she's into my pet. While the barmaid attempts to make conversation, Ronnie's eyes fixate on the letter, reading the last few lines over and over again, lost in deep thought. You fool! You could actually get with this girl, and you're just like, oh, this letter. Oh. Caught in a trance-like state, Sophia's words fall upon deaf ears as Ronnie obliviously ignores the woman's advances. This fool! He could have just, ignored the letter and gone with her. Oh, no. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir? I believe you were gonna ask me something earlier. No time, sorry. I gotta get going. Thanks, though. Now, if I leave soon, I should have enough time to grab the most valuable stuff before the old man comes back. Well, I guess I'll just go do myself then. Cheapskate didn't even pay his tab. I actually thought he was cute in a low-life scumbag dorky sort of way. Maybe if I try my luck with that cute bard girl once my shift is over, maybe I wouldn't give to rest my head on those sweet melons while she sings me to sleep for a night. Yeah, you probably have a chance with her. After drunkenly staggering through the streets of several hours, Ronnie finally makes it to his destination. Several hours? Dude, weren't you already strapped for time? A dark, finely upheld farmhouse sits under the moonlight on Milton Lane, a place of recent and unwelcome history for Ronnie. I was just here the other week. I had to run through here and fling the neighbor's house when the last job went sour. Oh yeah, somebody died, right? I really hope the old man isn't home. Did he kill me with his cane? No one wants to be known as the guy who robs and kills old folks. Oh yeah, like there wasn't somebody who was massacred last time. I can still see the look of panic on that woman's face as she tumbled down the stairs. Her screams, they still ring so loudly in my ears. You're going here alone? No, it's gonna be okay. This is gonna go nice and smooth, Ronnie. We're just gonna go in, get out, and never come back to this side of town again. Now I just gotta find the best way to get into this place. Then there's a fire over here. Can I touch it? The small campfire burns hot, cutting through the cold, biting air. But with the state of these logs, it appears the fire hasn't been burning for long. Well, this isn't a good sign. Someone must be out here. I have to keep an eye out. Goody. Keep an eye out, eh? Where is the entrance? Oh, here it is. I see it. The fastest way in would be to break the door down. It might also alert unwanted company. I bet there's a key hidden around here somewhere. If there's anything I've learned about breaking and entering, 9 times out of 10, there's a spare key hidden somewhere on the property in case of emergencies. Now, if I were a key, where would I be? What was that? Hello? Is anyone out there? Nothing but silence is returned in response to Ronnie's calls. The veil of night cloaks most of the property from a distance. It's probably just a cat or something. Did that sound like a cat, Ronnie? I just gotta find that key to get out of here. Definitely. The wooden sign reads as follows. Welcome to Painter's Farm. Huh. I thought there would be more than that. I wonder why they call it Painter's Farm. I don't know, do they paint with an axe? The woodcutter's dull axe rests deeply wedged in a dry tree stump. The head of the axe looks rusted and worn, and the handle is splintered beyond repair. Looks like this axe hasn't been used in quite a while. I'll bet the old man who lives here is too weak and fragile to wield this heavy thing anymore. That's a good sign for me. Let's see, where a wash bin full of mold-ridden clothes and stagnant water sits below the clothesline, emitting a putrid odor. This don't smell right. Old man must not have anyone looking after him. Right. Now, if I were a key... If I were a key, where would I be? What is this? A crooked wooden sign marks the road for travelers. East, Painter's Farm. West, Holtzman Residence. Okay. If I were a key, where would I... What is that? After exploring the surrounding area, Ronnie comes across a small, dirt-ridden doll sitting atop a tree stump. Well, if this isn't the creepiest thing I've ever seen, who put this doll here and why? Do you really want to know? The eyes of the doll peer forward in a fixed gaze, and it seems to be covered in a dry, crimson substance. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. I suppose that's not, or I hope it's not. What else do you think it is? Upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding something in its hand. What is that? You're gonna take it. The important doll carries what seems to be a key tucked neatly between its fingers. Oh, I actually need that. Oh, come on. The old man hides his keys on creepy dolls. Did you see this doll earlier? What a weirdo. Man, I don't want to touch that thing. After some intense contemplation, Ronnie soon comes to the realization that he has no choice but to take the key away from the doll. Can't I use the axe? Ronnie reaches his hand towards the doll and grabs a hold of the key. However, no matter how hard he tugs, the key won't break loose from the doll's grip. Okay, let me just bring the entire doll then. They'll lock the door with you. Oh, what's the deal? It appears that the key is stitched into the doll's hand. Ronnie suddenly realizes that in order to use the key, he's going to have to take the doll with him to that. This is what I said. You gotta be kidding me. Ronnie hesitantly snatches up the doll and begins to make his way towards the front door once again. Who stitches their spare key to a doll's hand? This guy ain't right. An old stump sits wedged deep into the ground. The top of the stump appears to be stained red. I don't know what that is, but this night keeps getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, first off, ditched the barmaid that I had a chance with. I got a letter from my pally I didn't know about. Now I'm here. Alright, here goes nothing. Ronnie approaches the cracked wooden door of the old farmhouse with the doll and key in hand. He lifts the doll up while positioning the key snugly into the lock before gently turning it. Success! And we're in. Alright, this is the worst idea I could have ever had. Painter's farmhouse. Upon entering the farmhouse, the smell of food permeates Ronnie's nostrils, and low bubbling noise can be heard from the distance. Huh. It smells surprisingly good in here. And whatever that smell is, it's making me hungry. And what am I still doing with this creepy thing? See it, oh wow. Firelight flickers in the distance around the darkened corners of nearby corridors. The light illuminates part of the surrounding area and makes it a little easier to see through the darkness. I really hope no one's home. This could get real awkward real fast. Maybe I should announce myself just in case. Oh honey, I'm home. If I get a response, I'll just hightail it out of here and figure something else out. I don't have it in me to get violent tonight. Ronnie, hesitant at first, works up the courage to announce himself to the darkness. Heyo, Ronnie here. Just dropping by to fix your leaky roof. What was that, Ronnie? Why would someone sneak into a person's home to fix their roof? Hello? Anyone there? No response can be heard to answer Ronnie's calls in the night. The dwelling appears to be currently inhabited. Alright. Well, let's see if there's anything of value around here. Nailed carefully into the wall is a shelf containing bottles of water and paint palettes. Nothing of worth taking on this shelf. I can't pawn any of this stuff. A large iron kettle hangs over an open flame as the contents within bubble furiously. I wonder how long this has been cooking for. Maybe the old man forgot about the fire before leaving. What's that? Upon the table sits an open book with strange markings. Among the markings is a pentagram drawn in red and an incantation and a cipher on the following page. What's this? The book is filled with a plethora of occult rituals and insidious glass. This page appears to depict images of a soul being transferred from a corpse into the inanimate vessel. I'm just gonna leave this here. Then again, it might be worth some coin. But also, I don't want to be cursed. It might open a portal to another dimension and yank me by the... Why? Looks like we have a dilemma. Maybe we'll come back to this later. Yeah, maybe. A large wooden cupboard holds stacks of clean dishes piled atop one another. These dishes aren't worth much, but that's rather frustrating. Yes. A large chest of drawers. Why am I so far away from it? Which drawer would you like to open? I don't know. Does it really matter which one I open? Top drawer. This drawer is filled with an assortment of old, poorly sketched art. Well, it don't look like much, though it's better than anything I could do. Middle drawer. This drawer is entirely empty. Waste of my time. Gotcha. Various sizes of used paintbrushes litter the bottom of the drawer along with a bag of assorted tools. Looks like a bunch of junk in this one. I'm really striking out here. An old dilapidated stove sits in the corner of the kitchen. It doesn't appear to be working condition and looks as though it hasn't been touched in years. Not even good scrap metal. How disappointing. My friend has done me dirty. At the edge of the kitchen sits a wicker basket filled to the brim with crimson hot chili peppers. That thing is full of chili peppers? You really need that many chili peppers? I don't think you do. They have an extreme cultivar to them, making them uniquely different than your average pepper. These peppers look kind of funky. I mean, put one in your mouth, see what happens. A keg full of ale rests on the kitchen floor appears to bear the symbol of the twisted... Why? Into the top of the keg. This thing is an entire untapped keg of ale just sitting in his kitchen? It ain't nothing else. I'll snag this on the way out. Yeah, get a stupor. It looks like this leads outside to the garden. I should probably look for valuables before I head outside. My God. Slightly misshapen wicker basket sits in the corners. A couple bits of rubbish rest at the bottom. Well, I can't really expect there to be anything other than garbage in a garbage basket. Well, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Anything? Creaky wooden bed rests against the wall with thin layer, linen sheets, and feathered pillow, whatever. If I lay for even a moment, I'd surely sleep till morning. Might as well. A large, archaic door sits tucked in the corner of the roof, barring entrance to the dwelling beyond. It appears to be made of old stone and various bones cemented into the concrete slab. It's what? Various bones. The door stands tall and immobile. However, there does appear to be a rusted iron lock holding it shut. This has got to be some sort of vault. I'll bet this is where the old man keeps the good stuff. Yeah. Wait a second. There's bones all over this thing. What have you gotten yourself into, Ronnie? I don't know. Weren't you here last week? Don't you remember any of this? I really don't want to be here, but I don't have much of a choice. I gotta find the key to this vault. Judging from the spot where the key was last hidden, it wouldn't surprise me if the key to this door is hidden outside too. Maybe I should check the garden. Who's there? What do you think? My heart is in my stomach right now. Something ain't right about this place. Yeah, whatever gave you that hint? Was it the doll that appeared out of nowhere? Was it that thing's not being touched for years? Was it this door made out of bone? Like, what really gave you the hint that something ain't right, Ronnie? Bro, you're not gonna note these footprints? Nothing. You're gonna say nothing about that? He's just like, well, I'm normal every day. The doll sits quietly and still on the stovetop with crimson teardrops streaming down its face. Oh, that's lovely. That's definitely a good sign. Both of its hands are extended towards Ronnie. One hand holds a razor blade and the other is covered in... What the? How did you... I'm not gonna question its hand. Man, as if things weren't already messed up enough. Now tickle me Elmo. Emo? Now tickle me Emo has somehow gained that sentience. I gotta find this key and get out of here. Yeah, I love that he's just like, whatever. Anyway, garden time. Let us see. Oh, is that a joke? Lettuce. Various flowers bloom within the pots, presenting different shades, shapes, and aromas. I've never been a flower guy, but these are fancy. They smell pretty good too. Huge apple tree stands tall above, flourishing with fresh fruit for the picking. Man, those apples look delicious. Why don't you take a bite? Maybe it'll turn into Snow White. Ronnie reaches for the largest apple he can reach and plucks it from the low-hanging branch. This is either the best apple I've ever eaten in my entire life, or I'm just really, really hungry. It is hard to tell when you're hungry what something actually tastes good or not. Okay, I'm just gonna walk on your crops. Oh, a tall wooden stake protrudes from the ground, propping up in an amalgamation of hay and burlap to form the shape of a man. The scarecrow stands silent still over the budding crops below. Upon closer inspection, there appears to be something glimmering from within. Whoa, got me running. That sure looks like a key to me. What, in its eye socket? Oh yeah, hang on, let me just reach in there. Ronnie extends his hand forward, gripping the key tightly while giving it a tug. The key breaks loose from the scarecrow's grip and the hay hits the soil below. Oh, from his hand? I'm just glad I don't have to carry the whole thing inside. This time. Maybe next time. You might become a scarecrow later for this, Ronnie. Okay, the doll is now gone. An old dilapidated stove. Oh, doesn't appear to be in working condition. You're not gonna say anything about the doll moving? Now it's gone. Okay. It's in this room. No, it's on the bed. The doll sits perfectly still, resting quietly on the bed. It almost seems as though its eyes blink for a split second. Alright. This is freaking me out, man. I'm about to throw this little thing in a fire. Well, I mean, there is one, like, right there in the kitchen, so... Breathe, Ronnie. Just breathe. This is normal. Remember what you're here for. Well, here goes nothing. Ronnie pushes the key into the heavy iron lock and turns it gently. Bingo! The Chamber of Arts. The heavy vault door shuts loudly behind Ronnie as he peers around in the darkness. Torchlight dances in the distance, painting darkened silhouettes upon the chamber walls. Ooga booga. Side goat. A putrid smell of dirty iron and rotting meat fills the air. Yeah, that does smell like it, causing Ronnie to gag. Oh god. What is that smell? It reeks of decay. Why? What? Within the dark depths of these chambers, a small fluffy dog cautiously stares at Ronnie. The dog has a tag on his collar that reads Mr. Jippers. Why does this dog look so familiar? Didn't you come here last week? I think that old lady had one just like this. The dog barks warningly while scooting itself closer to the wall, eyes fixated on Ronnie. He doesn't seem to like me too much. I've never been good with animals. Well, Pressed against the filthy black wall of the chamber sits an old, stained throne. Some of the stains appear to be old and dry, yet some appear to be wet and fresh. Something tells me I shouldn't be here right now. Oh, this is what gets you, Ronnie? I don't think I'm meant to see this. Well, a strange figure appears from the darkness and charges Ronnie, bashing him over the head with a pipe and rendering him unconscious in the seat of the throne. Actually, I think you're right where you're supposed to be, Ronnie. Who's this? Good night. After several hours have passed, Ronnie begins to come out of his coma. His head throbs achingly from being blindsided and struck from behind. Oh, my head is killing me. Where am I? How did I get here? What? Wait, oops. You're awake. Sorry about your head. You dropped like a sack of potatoes, let me tell you. I was actually worried you might not wake up. I'm surprised that I did, actually. You've been out like a light for hours. Look, man, I think there's been a big misunderstanding. If you could just untie me, I'll be happy to go on my way. And, a misunderstanding? You mean you weren't trying to break into an old man's home and rob the place while he's out of town? No. Because from where I'm standing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm kind of seems like you were trying to break into an old man's home and rob the place while he's out of town. Maybe misunderstanding. It's a poor choice of word. What I meant to say was I messed up. I made a big mistake and I messed up. Okay? I'm being the bigger man here. Yeah, you sure did, pal. And as a matter of fact, I don't think you quite realize just how badly you messed up, but I'm going to make sure you understand by the end of this. What is this? Please. I technically didn't break in. I got a key. Whatever it is you think you have to do, you don't. You don't have to do any of this. If you just let me go, I swear you'll never see me again. Till next week. Well, that doesn't sound very fun, does it, Ronnie? How do you know my name? How does he know your name? Oh, poor Ronnie. I know a great deal about you. More than you could imagine. Did my friend snitch? See a little snitch that needs stitching? I've been watching you for some time. Oh, monitoring the places you go, the people you talk to, getting a good idea for your schedule and practices. Who are you? Where's the old man that lives here? I'm afraid there is no old man, Ronnie. Just me, and now you. Oh, this was all a setup. Who died in this chair first? But the letter said an old man owed this place, and he was out of town until Thursday, which would give you just enough time to come here and grab some valuables and leave before he got back. Yes, I know what the letter said, Ronnie. I kind of wrote it. I don't understand. How do you not understand, Ronnie? Who do you think wrote the letter, Ronnie? Arthur. He's my best friend and accomplice. He left it for me at the tavern on his way out. Wait. Did you just say your best friend Arthur? Yeah? Yes? That's too good. I'm not following. Your friend has nothing to do with that letter, Ronnie. I'm the one who wrote that letter. And then why was it signed with his name? It's called forging a signature. Because my name just happens to also be Arthur, I suppose. Oh. Well, isn't that a fantastic coincidence? You can call me Art, by the way. So, my Arthur doesn't know anything about this job. As far as I'm aware, he does not. Which means no one even knows I'm here right now. Yeah. That sounds about right, my guy. Holy cannoli. What an unfortunate set of circumstances for you. Well, for you, that is. I personally lucked out with that whole coincidental name thing. Truth be told, I didn't even know I signed that letter. That was reckless of me. Just a subconscious habit, I guess. Well, so you're the one who wrote the letter. Then why? How did you not recognize it wasn't your friend's writing? What do you have to gain by luring me here? Well, that's where things get interesting, my friend. You see, you took something away from me that I'd grown rather fond of. I've never stolen anything from you, man. I don't even know you. And what I steal? Miss Holtzman, my neighbor and friend. You broke into her home. Oh, that's the one I went to last week. stole her belongings and snatched her very life from her. It wasn't supposed to go that way. No one was supposed to get hurt. It was supposed to go nice and smooth, just a simple smash and grab and be on my way. But that's not what happened, is it, Ronnie? No. It was an accident. I was going through some drawers in the upstairs bedroom. That's when I heard her come home. You must have heard me rummaging around upstairs because she started shouting angry threats and obscenities at me from down below. Then, before I could climb out the window, I heard the old bag shuffling up those old creaky wooden stairs. Fast, too. I quickly rushed out of her room and met her at the top of the stairs. She had something in her hand. I think it might have been rolling pin, but I didn't get a good look. Everything happened so fast. I didn't even mean to shove her. My hands, they just sprung forward and what, Ronnie? Your hands sprung forward and what? That was the question, Ronnie. Now give me an answer. I pushed her down the stairs, tumbling on her way. She tumbled backwards down the stairs and against the wall at the bottom. But it wasn't supposed to go that way. That wasn't the plan, I swear. It was an accident. It's not my fault. Not your fault? How is it not your fault? If you hadn't been in her home, robbing her of what little that poor old woman had to her name, she'd still be alive right now, wouldn't she? Well, he has a point. You got me there. Wouldn't she? I guess you would, yeah. Good. We're making progress. I'm proud of you, Ronnie. It takes a lot to admit something like that aloud to a complete stranger. So, does that mean you're gonna let me go? Not a chance, you idiot. I'm afraid you're gonna be here a while, Ronnie. Make yourself comfortable. Are you hungry? All day I've been preparing a lovely pot of stew that would make Mama proud. I'll pour some for us. Now, don't go running off anywhere in a hurry, alright? Yeah, I don't think you've got to worry about that. Wait, am I tied up? Before you go, I just gotta ask. What's with the creepy doll, man? The what now? What? The doll. A creepy little thing that held the key to the front door? Why would you hide your key on a doll? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about, Ronnie. Wait, what? I placed a spare key on the tree stump near the wall. That's not where you found it? You're messing with me, aren't you? I even lit a fire nearby so you wouldn't miss it. I'm gonna grab some stew now. Try to get some rest, Ronnie. I think the blow to your head might have done more damage than I anticipated. That's what I was about to say. This guy's gonna be like, yeah, this guy just got like hit upside the head. He's talking absolute nonsense right now. I think he's hallucinating an idea of what happened. Art gives Ronnie a playful wink before departing to fetch a bowl of stew from upstairs. Oh, I'm this guy now. Oh. Okay, what happens if the dog does a little happy dance and plays gleefully, greeting Art with enthusiasm and jubilation? I don't know what jubilation means, but okay. Hey there, Mr. Jippers. You keep a close watch on our guests here, and I'll give you a nice treat later, got it? Good boy. You better do that. You better not forget. Painter's Farmhouse. Let's see, what was I doing? I wasn't actually listening. Large iron kettle hangs from blah blah blah. Gonna need some bowls. I should check the cabinets in the kitchen. Okay, bowls. Cabinets, bowls. Oh, this one. A large wooden cupboard holds stacks of clean dishes piled atop one another. I'll just take one of these for my guests and a small one for myself, and then I'll be on my merry way. Art carefully takes several bowls from the stack in the cupboard and places the rest back on the shelf. Thankfully, Mama cleaned those bowls before she passed. I haven't had the motivation to do any chores since she's been gone. Okay, oh. The doll sits perfectly still on a large wooden table. Stains are smeared upon her cheeks and across her lips. Oh, okay. That's odd. This must be the doll Ronnie was referring to, but how did she get down here? I used to make dolls in the attic. I haven't had a chance to go through all of her belongings yet. Beyond me how this doll could be her favorite. Wait, you know that doll? The page appears to depict the images of a soul being transferred from a corpse into an animate vessel. Was that mentioned earlier? That's strange. What's Mama's book doing out here? Why is it open? Did she put herself in the doll? Mama used to read this book in the attic. Stupid thing, it has always given me the creeps. Art picked up the book and shuts it before quickly tossing it back onto the table. That's enough of that. Okay, so I was definitely in that doll. She definitely heard him say that was creepy. A large iron kettle yep, yum! This stew smells delightful. Art carefully ladles a couple portions of soup from the boiling kettle and into the bowls. He's actually being very nice to me. Of, like, giving me food. This is gonna be such a treat. I can't wait to share this with our new guest. I can't wait either, Art. Wow, yeah, we should have a good old meal together. There you go, got you some food. Eat up. Why, hello, friend. I've returned with dinner and I cannot wait for you to Upon looking at Ronnie's position, Art notices that the ropes that bind him have been tampered with. Oh, he did tie him. Still tied to the chair, it almost seems as though Ronnie has been making small progress towards breaking free. There are fresh rope burns on his wrists that were not present prior to Art leaving the chamber. You tried to escape. Have you been trying to wriggle yourself free and escape, Ronnie? Be honest. Facial expressions of dread flow from Ronnie as he shifts uncomfortably in the chair. No. No? Oh my god. Don't lie to me, Ronnie. Don't you ever lie to me. I will do awful things to you, Ronnie. Horrific, vile, ugly things if I ever find out you've lied to me. The look of dread on Ronnie's face has spread to the rest of his person, and he begins to tremble in fear as the thought of what the man might do to him in this vulnerable, bound state. I'm sorry. I'm just a little uncomfortable, and the ropes are really digging in, you know? I won't try that again, I promise. If you had just said that to begin with, we could have worked something out, Ronnie. Unfortunately for you, your thoughtless actions have cost you supper. And then oh, come on, man, you're not gonna feed me now? I was just saying you were nice. And the missed opportunity of tasting the best home-cooked stew recipe that ever came close to gracing your undisturbing tongue. Art places several bowls down onto the stone table in the corner of the room. Shame. I think I've lost my appetite as well. Ronnie shifts uncomfortably in the chair while making intense eye contact with Art. Hey, I'm sorry to ruin your dinner. It was awfully kind of you to go through all that effort, and I'm really sorry about your neighbor, too. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm sorry, too, that I have to do this. She was an unlikely friend to me, really. Born of necessity rather than want or even choice. You see, we didn't spend much time together, but we'd chit-chat every now and then when taking our garbage to the curb each week, and that was enough for you to kidnap this guy. That was enough. It's his only friend. I was never too fond of her annoying, yappy little dog, always going in the bathroom in my yard, little jerk. Dog knows you're talking junk. Sorry, Mr. Yippers. But to a hermit like me, one who has no friends, no family, no colleagues, the occasional bit of socialization was quite the welcome commodity. Well, I hit the nail on the head, huh? I can see how lonely things could get around here when you live like that kind of life. You said you have no colleagues? What do you do? Thank you for asking. I fancy myself a painter of sorts. I'm getting to know him so that I can get away. Each painting you see in here and those upstairs, they're all mine. You're a pretty talented guy there, Art. I couldn't draw a stick figure to save my life. Careful. He might test you on that later. See if you're lying. Well, here's hoping you'll never have to. Ronnie and Art momentarily share a nervous, awkward chuckle with one another. It's working. Here's the hoping, eh? Speaking of, what are your plans here? Like, what is it that you want with me? Want a date? Oh, that's simple, Ronnie. I want to paint you. Oh, paint me like one of your French girls? You wanna paint me? That is in fact what I said, yes. That's it. But why? Well, I figured with what you've taken away from me, might as well let something out of it. Get something out of it. I watched as you snuck into Miss Holtzman's house late at night, Ronnie. I heard her scream, and I heard the commotion inside. You didn't, get any help or anything? I waited for you to take your leave and went and checked on her soon after. You didn't think to check on her immediately while that was happening? I found her unconscious and not breathing at the bottom of the stairs. I left that morning to fetch the local authorities. The morning. But not before I painted her, too. Painted your neighbor? Well, of course. Yeah, duh. I knew once she was in the ground, I'd never see her again. So I took the time to capture a memory that I can look upon whenever I feel the need. Of her death? But then, I realized I couldn't just paint Miss Holtzman, for that would only be capturing half the story. I needed both halves for my collection. I needed to paint you too, Ronnie. Bro, I think that her death just sent him over the edge. Now I've gotten you here, I can. He's insane. Okay. Oh, a little weird, but I'm not one to yuck someone else's yum. So then, once you're done painting me, you'll untie me? Well, obviously. Duh. I have no use for you after I finish painting. Duh. Besides, you're sitting in my favorite chair. You can't hog the best seat in the house forever. So, when do we get started? You want me to kind of just, take any layers off? Oh, an eager model you are. I like that. If you're so eager, we could start now. Honestly, I'm starting to cramp in this position, so the sooner we start, the better for me. I'm ready whenever you are. Wonderful. I'm so excited. I'll fetch my supplies from upstairs. Now, don't go anywhere, Ronnie. I mean it this time. I wouldn't even dream of it. So I must go upstairs. Alright, I'm gonna need a few things. I'll have to find my brushes, my paint, and my palette. I can't wait. Brushes, paint, palette. Okay, where would those be? If I were a paint palette, what? The doll sits silent and still at the edge of the fire. She appears to be holding a small bowl of stew. Hey! You must like Mom's recipe too! Excellent taste, madame! Love that that's your comment there. Wait, I needed to go... What am I thinking? I don't need to go out there right now. I have other matters to attend. Sorry. I don't know where upstairs is. That's upstairs, right? Right? Somebody said? Sorry, I thought he said... Nailed carefully into the wall, safe container of water and paint. Oh, I'll just grab some water and palettes from the shelf here. Art hurriedly empties the shelf of its contents and stuffs them into a stash. I thought he said upstairs. Ah, yes, this will work well. Oh, that's the basement. Oh, so this is upstairs. Nail carefully in the water, various bottles of paint. I'll need a few bottles of paint. Art hurriedly empties the shelves of its contents and stuffs them into a stash. How much can you fit into your stash? These shades will look so vibrant on a canvas. So wait, what else was I looking for? Bottom, various sizes of used paintbrushes. That's it. Littered at the bottom of the drawer along with a bag of assorted tools. I'm going to need a few of these. Art carefully selects several paintbrushes from the drawer and stuffs them into the sash. I might as well grab these too. Art pulls out the bag of tools before shutting the drawer. Okay, was that everything? I think that was everything, right? He only needed the 3 things? Yeah, okay. He didn't say I needed anything else, so I guess that's right. I've returned with my supplies. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for this moment. So all I have to do is sit here and look pretty, right? That's right. I'll do all the hard parts. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable while I get started. Art pulls his art supplies from his person and sets them on the floor between Ronnie and his art station. Alright, Ronnie. Stay perfectly still for me. Sure thing. I look cute? Art begins to mix various colors of paint together, carefully selecting them from his palette and painting upon his fresh canvas with his brush. Each stroke of the brush creates a new layer of paint on the canvas, providing depth to the piece. Minutes quickly pass and soon turn into hours. The art begins to come alive with each new layer added. You gonna finish it like immediately? I feel like I've been sitting forever. How's it coming along there, Art? Oh, it's magnificent, Ronnie. Or at least it will be when it's finished. Can I like stop sitting like this then? I'm really starting to get cramped here. Are we almost done? You can't rush perfection, Ronnie. We have much work to do before we're through here. Can we maybe take a break then, please? I feel like these ropes are cutting off the circulation. Did he actually put any? If we take a break, it's only going to take longer. Mind over matter, Ronnie. Mind over matter. I gotta take a pee though. Mind over matter, Ronnie. Mind over matter. You got this. How am I supposed to mind over matter my POA? Huh? You'll figure it out. I believe in you. Use your chair. Bruh. I feel like this piece is missing something. Is it my skin? Like, what do you mean? So close yet so far. It's good, but not great. Something is off. I can sense it. Can you sense that I'm about to pee my pants all over your favorite chair? Because I am. What could be missing, I wonder? Regular scheduled bathroom breaks, I'll bet. Aha! I got it. It's actually my pee. Art stands for his stool and walks towards Ronnie. He begins rummaging through his bag of tools until he finds what he's looking for. Are you gonna tie me for a minute, pal? I really wasn't kidding. I gotta pee like a pregnant lady having a sneeze attack. Art pulls from his bag a long, sharp, serrated tool, a rusty, old carpenter's saw with a black and leather grip. A what? You're gonna cut me free then. I don't think he is. Just watch my junk, would ya? Now sit still for me, Ronnie. This shouldn't take long. Saws off his leg. Art grabs hold of Ronnie's wrist, firmly gripping it so he cannot pull away. Wait. What are you doing?
Please.
There we go. Casually. The model is already looking much better. My hand! Ooh, well, I was close. It was his hand. I was like, how very observant of you, Ronnie. Now shush. We're almost done. Couldn't you have painted it like that? He's a treat for keeping a close eye on our guests and being such a good boy, Mr. Jippers. Oh, come on! That's like the complete opposite of cool, man. That's all you have to say? What part of shush do you not understand? Now, be still for a moment. Oh, you freak! What have you done to me? Can't you see? I'm making you into a masterpiece, Ronnie. This dude's insane! More than like masterpieces, you freak! Oh, Ronnie. Tis but a scratch. You'll heal in no time. What? Are you kidding me? I'm bleeding out here, man. Merely fresh wound, Ronnie. Mind over matter. I'd say 2-3 hours recovery at most. What? Whoa. That's actually a lot of Ronnie. No, duh. What did you think would happen, you idiot? For what is the price of a priceless art, Ronnie? An arm and a leg, apparently. I love how chill he is about it. Too true. Too true. Well, we're here now. Might as well make the most of the day. Listen, you're gonna have to tie me right now and get me to a doctor. So help me. Slow down there, Ronnie. You're in no position to be making demands here. You really don't have much of a leg to stand on. Very funny. Here, I'll make you a counter offer. I'll make this nice and easy for you so you don't have to suffer through the next part. Sound like a deal? You don't have to do this. You said you were gonna let me go. There was someone who would have been there to offer you those words before you did what you did to my friend, Ronnie. But I do have to do this. Do you? I've had to do this since the night you entered Miss Holston's home and took her life. What? If you awaken something that sleeps deep within me, it lives within the darkest recesses of my soul, something I've worked hard to keep dormant for as long as I could. You are not the first, Ronnie. And I'm sure you won't be the last either. Just as I have preserved her memory, I shall preserve yours too. Oh, there has to be another way. There! It's perfect. I couldn't ask for a better model. Art returns to his canvas and begins furiously painting once more. Deep into the hours of the night he works, never slowing nor stopping. Yeah, I think that doll needs to take care of this guy. It would have been nice if it was before this happened, but it's finished. My masterpiece is finally complete. Jeez. You see that guy on the chair? Oh my god. Art grabs a hold of the curtain and yanks it down to reveal his work. Oh! Now that's what I'd call a work of art. Wow. Actually, it does look pretty cool. Looks like something from Death Note. Quite the mess we have here. How am I gonna clean all this? I don't know, ask your friend to doll or something. You wouldn't happen to be willing to lend me a hand, would you, Mr. Jippers? Mr. Jippers barks happily while wagging his tail. Why is the painting still here? That's not quite what I meant, but I appreciate the effort, boy. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? After countless hours of digging and burying, Art finishes cleaning the mess he made and disposing of any potential evidence. He bends down to plant singular seed within the empty eye socket of his victim before lightly covering it with dirt. There you go, Ronnie. One day, you'll grow up to be a big, strong apple tree. Oh, was that other apple tree like a body? In the meantime, you'll be doing wonders for my soil. It's been quite a night, but I do feel mighty productive, if I do say so myself. Dude's insane. I haven't checked out on my garden for a while. Should probably see how my plants and trees are doing before I hit the hay. I can see why Miss Holtzman liked you. I don't know why we needed a close-up view of the dog, or why it was AI, but it's just like a picture of the scarecrow, honestly. A huge apple tree stands tall above, flourishing with fresh fruit ripe for the picking. My favorite tree in the orchard. I mean, it's the only tree. I should paint more of these. Plant more, sorry. Art pauses for a brief moment after inspecting the apple tree more closely. Has someone taken one of my apples? What, do you keep count of them, my guy? And they took the biggest apple on the tree at that. And that's just poor apple etiquette. I am not amused. Various flowers bloom in the paths, presenting different shades and stuff. These flowers were some of my most favorites. What wasn't her favorite? I like to grow them in her memory. Oh, the doll's here. Well, that's bizarre. How did you get out here? The soaked doll looks as though it's holding something in its hand. Upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding a human eyeball. Art takes the eyeball from the doll and examines it closely. Now, where did you get this? Art leans down and places the eyeball firmly into the hand of the doll. Yeah, you can keep that. There we go. Now I can keep an eye on you. Get it? Get me now. What did I just witness? A lonely ruffian sits on his bar stool, drowning in sorrows deep in his cups. Ronnie, where are you, man? It's been weeks. It's not like him just up and disappear without saying anything. I hope he's alright. The man takes another swig of his ale as a tear begins to roll down his face. He's gonna hook up with her. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be Arthur, would you? Well, ma'am, that would depend on who's asking. The barmaid sets a crimson-stained envelope on the bar in front of Arthur. Someone came in earlier and wanted to give this to you. Huh? Are you sure it is for me? I'm pretty sure. I think they said their name was Ronnie. And it all just loops again. And then it's the nun. What am I looking at? What is that? Wow.